Hey, paper one ho gaya for 2026, and I'm here with you with an assessment. Before I actually go into the questions and explain to you, एक बात बता दूं कि यूपीएससी अब दो चीजों को बिल्कुल तोड़ चुकी है. पीटी मेंस इंटरव्यू तोड़ना बाकी है, अभी इंटरव्यू को भी तोड़ देंगे मे बी, बट देन देयर आर लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस ऑफ एथिक्स वी वर एक्सपेक्टिंग दैट दे विल बी आस्क्ड इन पेपर 4. They were reflected in PT examination this year. And to the contrary, there are questions the people prepare, and then traditionally they were the areas of PT, like Pohen, Chinook, Lu, and all those, they get asked in your main examination. So one has to be careful about one aspect. UPSC wants you in holism. And when I say in holism, it means compartmentalization of the preliminary, mains, and interview is not going to work. So they want you to do the total personality check at all the stages. A. And the second thing they want to check you is also not studying in silos. Like if you have studied something in let's say, in economics, international trade, that can possibly be a topic for geography also. An issue of demography is as much an economic issue as it is an administrative issue. So the silos of the subjects and the silos of PT mains interview broken. And that's what we have got, a beautiful expression coming here. Like you get these questions, of course, uh, Soros sir has been talking a lot about that this is likely to come, and then about this topic, particularly he was highlighting just before the examination, is about Ashokan inscriptions and the modern history. Also, we have got the topics like Macaulay was having some temporal connect, and I'm sure you people can identify why this is being asked in 2026. Also, the significance of the Gandhian movement in the masses, they mobilized, elucidate. I think the questions are very pointed now. So one thing I must tell you here, those students who have prepared for skill of writing answers, otherwise most of the question, most of you know the answer. So what is the differentiator? It's not the information, it's the skill that you have got. The significance of the Gandhian movement lay in the masses they mobilized. Almost everybody has information about all those facts that is happened there. But then who has got a better way to go about it will get more marks. And then that's a skill. And I always like to tell you the skill has to be acquired. It cannot be transferred. Information can be transferred. So are you working under guidance for acquiring a skill of writing? I think that is going to be real differentiator, because the kind of questions that we have got, this is Fujiwara effect, of course. I mean, that's what people study in geography. Impact and movement and intensity of the tropical cyclone. How does this actually happen? Tundra regions are ecologically fragile but economically important. So it's not pure geography, it's not pure economics. It's got more to this. Examine this statement critically. Examine this statement critically is where the differentiator lies. Also, discuss the role of eolian process in desertification and land degradation. Very delicate question. They're not asking the eolian processes. They're not asking all those processes which are uh, uh, basically being done by the uh, Vayur, as they call it in Hindi. They have used some different word here, but then it is wind induced. Vayu Janit as the word they use here. Vayu is the same word that they have got. So I would like to tell you that discuss the role of eolian processes, how the eolian process impact desertification, discusses impact bearing, and land degradation. So this is where we have got some ecology coming. Here we have got some environment coming. So it's not silos studies is going to take you too far. Water resources are both an asset and source of conflict in South Asia. Looks like an international relation question. But then, if you have studied in holism, I am sure you would be able to really answer this. Unity and diversity, all these topics. I mean, about what do you understand? How do you understand disability? Is where that checking your internal configuration and the skill to go about it. And then I suppose all those questions, linguistic reorganization of United States, it looks like a paper two question. And then driven by popular pressure from below. I mean, that's something which is like a planning factor that they have got. Comment. So the real thing is here, comment. So how effectively you have been able to really prepare yourself in terms of the skill. of going about the question is the real differentiator. I think this is one very neglected part of your preparation. Most of us, especially after chat gpt and other uh, those AI driven supports, we are getting super confident about the information that they have got. You can ask, you have got information in the manner that you want it, the size that you want it, the time when you want it, everything you have, and that gives you super confidence. And then a lot of students are not investing enough in memorization, and they're not investing time enough into skilling. At KSG, these are the two things which ChatGPT cannot do. I am focused on. And I'm sure that you should be, if you are doing on your own, you're preparing on your own, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, must invest in skilling, because knowledge alone, that's going to be real equalizer. After PT, you all become same as far as information is concerned. And why somebody gets called for the interview and finally selected is because the person had additional skill of going about it. And that's where I would like to insist on. I suppose this is what we have got, and the paper looks like a paper which has got some flavor of integration, some flavor of preliminary mains, and some flavor of applied aspects and your inner configuration. This is what and how I would like to see this first paper of GS all about. All the best.